What's up, everybody, and welcome to this quick reaction for The Last of Us Season 2, Episode 6. I just finished watching the episode and jumped on here to do a quick reaction about, I don't know, 7, 8 minutes of my thoughts on this one. Man, what an episode. I think it's called Long, Long Time. And we get the return of Joel here back after he passed away, of course, a few episodes ago. And of course, this is going to be a spoiler, a quick reaction, so just letting you know that off the bat. But what an episode, him and Ellie. This opening scene with Joel and his dad and Tommy there. I mean, as a Latino kid who grew up with a father who would use the belt when he needed to use the belt, I felt every beat of this scene, man. It got me really emotional, had me missing my dad, even though, we went through those years, and I did have that conversation with my father when I was 15, sitting on the edge of a bed as he's got a belt rolled up in his hand, saying to him, "Why are you doing this? You're making all your kids hate you. You've got to stop." And him in an exasperated state saying, "I don't know what else to do to teach you guys to not do the things that you're doing sometimes." And we had to have a conversation, and one of many conversations my father and I had throughout our lives, including one last one before he passed from cancer. That was really us forgiving each other for everything. It was a really beautiful moment. But you go through these hard times in life, certain households, and these are the things that you will experience. And so them showcasing that in this scene was hit really close to home for me. But also showing who Joel is. He's the eldest, just like I'm the eldest in my family. He wants to protect his brother and sister, just like I did when I was younger. And he wants to also, like, he will also rather lie to protect his brother and sister. And we see that as something that, of course, plays out later on in the episode with Ellie. I thought Jack Dalton did a great job playing his dad, and enjoying him in Daredevil Born Again and Hawkeye series. It's great to see him get a little more meaty, a little more of a meatier scene to play, and that was so fun to see as an actor, watching another actor do great work there. But then we move on to this Joel and Ellie stuff, which I thought was really sweet, and of course, you knew it was coming. You knew the moment was coming when she was going to ask him all these questions, and we see her later on going through the motions of asking the questions and preparing herself to ask the questions. But before we get to that, we get these beautiful scenes with them celebrating Ellie's birthday as every year goes past. It's ironic because we've just finished watching Andor, where 1 year passes every 3 episodes, and it's being told through one day, her birthday over the years, and seeing how much they really loved each other and enjoy the time with each other. Him taking her to the museum, him taking her to a dinosaur, him playing, them getting into that rocket capsule, and him playing the cassette, or giving her the cassette that plays the audio of the capsule launching. It was all really sweet stuff with the planets. All, it was just really fantastic connective stuff going on between them, and the little games they're playing when they're out together doing stuff. The cakes that he's baking for her and making for her, the guitar he gets made for her through Seth in exchange for some Legos. All of these beats are really beautiful beats of a father, being there for his daughter through these formative years, and his daughter loving him, even though, of course, they're not a father and daughter by blood, but the relationship there is so poignant, leading us to those moments there where we get to Eugene, and it is, listen, the beautiful moments we have with them are really fantastic, and you need them to solidify this relationship. We needed this time with them that we didn't get in this season, because we jumped to Ellie hating him from the first episode. We needed these scenes to flesh out this relationship just before we get into the finale next week, and I thought they worked really well to show and establish their love for each other, unspoken love for each other. But then, of course, we see Joel, as she's getting older, crossing some lines, bursting into a room without asking, after knocking on the door, catching her with a 19-year-old woman, not young to Ellie, but young to Joel, and really, and treating her burgeoning homosexuality as a phase, which is an insult to Ellie. We see that, and it causes her to want to move out, and she's so determined to move out, she's gonna move out at night and in the rain. That's how much she wants to move out. But eventually Joel concedes that she needs her space, builds the garage out for her, and then, of course, as I said, later we see her going through the questions, because she is getting older, and as people get older, they start to look back on things, and they want answers to these questions that they've had, or maybe hidden away, or maybe weren't mature enough to understand what was going on. Now they have questions. And then we have the Eugene thing play out, and that was so well done. Joey Pants, so great to bring Joey Pants in here to play this role, and just for a few scenes. And he delivers some great emotional work here as he realizes he's dying. He's going to die. He wants to see Gail one more time. Joel is not letting her, and he sends Ellie out after Ellie tried to take control of the scene by being like, count to 10. He's good. We got time. And of course, he says, well, I promise, we're going to get him to Gail. And he walks him out to that clearing. And the back and forth between them was so touching and heartbreaking. And removing the sound and just seeing the birds fly off to essentially signify that he shot him in the back of the head was so tough. And then later, when Gail comes up and Joel's trying to feed her a story that adds some nobility to Eugene's death, Ellie just breaks and reveals all the shit Joel did. And Joel's like shocked, but he's not mad. He doesn't react with anger. He's just like shocked that she would tell the truth about what happened here. And clearly he realizes that the day has come where she is going to ask him the questions. The day that he's been dreading has finally come. This is the opening of the door of her confronting him. And we jump to, and I thought that was really well acted by everybody, Catherine O'Hara slapping him and crying into Tommy's arms. But this is why he cast someone like Bella Ramsey, because she can deliver those moments so powerfully, dealing with the understanding herself that she knows now that Joel did what he did. She's, again, you see it on her face, so that later, after everything that happens at the dance, when the first episode would revisit all of that, when they're on the porch, it's really poignant, the back and forth they're having. And Joel is understanding that this is a woman he has to let her go. She has to grow. And he realizes that, after he finally reveals everything, and the acting between the both of them in this scene is just fantastic, man. Everybody's been coming for Bella Ramsey, and kiss my ass, man. That woman can act, or that person can act, and the back and forth between the two of them in this scene was just heartbreaking, man. I caught myself getting emotional all over again watching that scene. Because those are the moments where, as a parent, you have to let your child go. You have to let them be independent. You have to let them do their thing, and you've got to respect them as an adult. It's a really hard transition, but it's the truth, because you went through it before you became a parent. You went through it and broke through. And so you see that there is a moment here where she says, I don't think I can ever forgive you, but I want to try to be able to forgive you. So you see that they were working on the path to understanding what he did, her realizing, because he says, I love you, and it's something you can't even understand yet. Maybe when you have one of your own, you'll understand. And if you do, just like his father said to him in the first scene, you'll be a little bit better than me. And that was just incredible, considering the fact that Dina is pregnant, and essentially Ellie is going to be the dad of the situation. So that's going to be interesting how that plays itself out. And then you have the fact that they kind of come to this understanding with each other, at least a tacit understanding, and who knows where that would have led to if Joel hadn't died. So yeah, it leaves us with a huge feeling of tragedy, and tears, and just beautiful scenes between them to develop that. And it gives us a better understanding of Joel. So really good stuff here. What do you think? Did you like it? Did it work for you? Did you love this episode, or did you think this episode didn't quite get there? And I know there's some people complaining the porch scene didn't quite match what happened in the game. Let me tell you something. One of the great things about not having played the game is I get to enjoy this free and clear, and I get to feel the emotions of what the people who are making this show want you to feel, and I don't have to worry about comparing it to the game. And there's such a freedom in that, such a joy in that for me personally, because I don't get to be disappointed by it. So I think that's great in that way. But let me know what you thought about it all in the comment section below. Look for our spoiler review for the three of us on the Geek Buddies, doing it tomorrow. Probably drop it sometime in the afternoon. All right, thanks so much for watching this reaction video. I appreciate it. Y'all take care of yourselves, be well, and I'll talk to you next time with another brand new reaction video here on the Outlaw Nation. Thanks so much for watching this video. Please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more content from the Outlaw Nation.